Once upon a time, I woke to a very snowy day. I reached for my phone and hoped for it to say, "Snow day, of course, it must be true." However, to my dismay, there would be no opportunity to continue to lay. I donned my teacher clothes and trudged through the snow and prepared my steed for the Lansing roads. Valiantly, my Honda Civic and I made it through the weather. Through every pothole, we made it together. To the steps of old Sexton, ready to start the day and change a student's life in a very special way. A student she be, a student only known to me, and known to you she will be student 2. But without student 1, there would be no fun. But for the sake of lore, I will tell the tale of a group of 4. Student 1 is a very special person in my heart. She is the oldest sibling of 4 and comes from Iraq. She is a language learner, but her proficiency is very high. Outside of school, she likes to spend time with her family, and she doesn't really like to read a lot, but does like magazines. She is very engaged with her friends, but she has a hard time fitting in at school because she is Muslim. Now, student 2 is a spunky girl. She has 2 older brothers and loves to babysit her nieces. Her older brothers are very protective of her, and she often equates her relationship with her brothers to be similar to August and Via. Student 2 has also experienced medical challenges growing up, so she especially relates to the material in the book and has become more and more engaged as we have progressed through the story. She enjoys reading and actually does the assigned readings for her English class. She enjoys almost every book she reads, regardless of the content. On the modified cognitive model, Student 1 struggles with fluency in context, print concepts, vocabulary, and background knowledge. When we started Read 180, she was not a very fluent reader and would often read word to word and ignore punctuation and shifts in the text. Over the course of our time together, she has improved exponentially and is now reading with more fluency and considers the print functions when reading. She often has a hard time pronouncing words and fully understanding the meaning while reading. She struggles most with more advanced vocabulary and also names in the text, but most of the time she is able to decipher meaning through context clues and asking follow-up questions. Student 1 and Student 2 both have a hard time understanding the background knowledge required for the text, mainly speaking to the references to Star Wars, New York City, and some medical terminology. Student 2 struggles with general purpose for reading. Oftentimes, she comes to Read 180 not very motivated to read, but quickly becomes engulfed in the narrative. The only thing I wish we would have done more is marking the text, because I think this will be a very valuable skill for Student 1 to learn new vocabulary from reading, and for Student 2 to use as her assigned readings become more and more difficult. I also would have liked to have done more with poetry and art, because I sense that Student 1 has a very poetic side, as she recognizes more emotions in the text than plot points. This would also give Student 2 an opportunity to engage with the text in a different way to form a cohesive web of plot points. I hope that these students have benefited from the strategies we have employed and will be able to continue to grow in their literacy and continuation after this program. Overall, I'm very thankful for my time with my students and also my TE302 partner and this experience overall. I have learned many skills about working with students one-on-one and literacy strategies that I will continue to utilize in teaching career.